It is day 1 of waking up at 5:30. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Gabby. I'm a New York City based life and style content creator. I'm also a full-time PhD student at NYU. Yeah, so today's video is going to be how I started waking up consistently at 5 a.m. and how I kind of think I love it. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna give you all the hot goss, you know, while I have your attention. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I post every Sunday, usually like vlog content, but I've been trying to sprinkle in other types of videos, mostly in the lifestyle category. Also be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy. It helps me just kind of plan out future content and know what kind of videos you like to see. So also feel free to leave a comment, let me know. Do you wake up early? Do you wake up late? Do you just give yourself enough time before you have to start work? What is the vibe? I'm curious. Let's go ahead and get into how I started waking up at 5 a.m. and how I did it consistently for a month now. Something that I really thought about when I was planning on like doing this. I originally started it as like a challenge for YouTube. Like I knew I was gonna make this video and I was just curious, like, is waking up at 5 a.m. like gonna change my life? Like, to be honest, like, did I think it was gonna do anything super wild? No. Like, did it really change it in any like life-shattering way? No. But I do think that my new routine and the way that I've structured my days has made me more productive, has given me more time to just do what I want to do, and I feel like I get better sleep, and I just feel like I'm just in a better mood. I don't know. So I've only seen really positive things, but I also feel like I have tips and caveats and things to share. So the first thing that I really want to stress is like being really intentional in your prep if you're gonna like wanting to start getting up early. Yeah, so my two biggest things for kind of figuring out how I wanted to do this was, one, how much time did I realistically want to have in the mornings to just do my routine, have free time to work on other things, really like settle into the movement of the day, like how much time was enough time, and then also how was I gonna ease myself, or was I even gonna ease myself into waking up early, or was I just gonna kind of cold turkey it and just start waking up at 5 a.m. And I think these are really important questions. They're probably the most important questions in my opinion, because I don't actually think that you have to get up 4 hours early before you need to be at work or at school or wherever you're going, whatever you do day to day. And I don't even think it's about 5 a.m. Like, I think if you are a 10 a.m. work person, if you're 11 a.m. work person and you want to get up at 7 and have your 4 hours to do whatever you want, like, I think that's more important. Like, I think it's the amount of time and the routine that you have that fits that amount of time that makes the difference, is like the number one biggest thing I think I've realized over the past month. I really like slow mornings. Like, I like getting up and not being rushed and, you know, making my coffee and reading a little bit of a book and watching a YouTube video and just like easing myself into the day. Like, I feel like I have better, more productive, just more enjoyable days when I have more time in the morning to just kind of become a person, you know what I mean? So for me, I felt like a 3 to 4 hour morning routine was what I wanted to accomplish. So for me, that meant, you know, I needed to wake up between 5 and 6. So, which I feel like kind of sounds scary at first when you're used to waking up at like 7 or 8, but honestly, it's not that bad. And I think it's not that bad because, one, I eased myself into it rather than going cold turkey. Like, my first jump was a bit of a jump. Like, I went from waking up at 7 a.m. to waking up at 5:30, but with the intention of moving that forward and forward and forward to being 5 a.m. The first 2 weeks I did it, I woke up at 5:30, and then I shifted from 5:30 to 5:15 in week 3, and then 5:15 to 5 in week 4. And I felt like that was a system that worked really well for me, and it wasn't too much of a shock to my system. And the last, like, shaving off the last 30 minutes, like, was easy by the time I was doing it. My other thing for prep is routines. Your morning routine and your night routine are going to be the make or break it, game time decision. They will kind of define how successful you are in shifting your wake up time and how happy I feel like you are while you're doing it. I think I'm gonna make other videos on my morning routine and night routine specifically and what I do, but I think for the purpose of waking up earlier, the night routine is gonna be way more important. And I think the top things that help me is actually winding down like around 2 hours before I actually want to go to sleep. So I usually go to sleep around 10, so I like to wind down by like 8. Unless I have plans that night, then it's usually like whenever I get home, I just immediately go into my nighttime routine. And my biggest things I do at night are I usually light a candle and I play my evening wind down playlist, which is a bunch of like old school jazz music, like a lot of Nat King Cole, a lot of Ella Fitzgerald, like icons. But I feel like their music is just perfect for night, jazzy kind of bluesy tones, like I feel like really wind me down. And now I always do a like 5-minute tidy. I'm so influenced by my environment, and I find that when I have more clutter, more messiness, that my mind is cluttered and messy. So I think just having time at night every day where I just kind of tidy things up, make sure all the dishes are done, you know, all my coats are up, my bags are away, that anything I need to bring to work tomorrow is packed and ready to go. It's like things I don't have to think about in the morning or things I don't have to deal with in the morning, I like to do at night, and I think that has been a real game changer as well. Yeah, so evening routine I think is important. Morning I think is important in a sense of like you get to choose whatever you want to do in the morning, and that's like I think the most fun part. And I think if you have something fun you're looking forward to, it's easier to like get up, whether that's going to the gym or, you know, reading a book that you only read in the morning, or watching your favorite YouTuber or whatever. I also do my Duolingo, which I really like doing. So in that aspect, I feel like your morning routine is really just up to you. It should be stuff that you want to do in the morning, stuff that you feel like maybe you don't have time for. Maybe you feel like, you know, previously you didn't have time to journal, but you really want to prioritize that. You could start journaling in the morning. So it just, I don't know, it's just like a time to do whatever you want. I have probably 2 things that I think help me in the mornings. One is I have my Amazon Alexa lights. This is just very like annoying of me, to be honest, but I literally will tell her to turn my lights on in the morning. So I have one connected to my bedroom light and then one in the living room. So as soon as I get up, the first thing I say to her, depending on the day, if I'm going to the gym, then I just tell her to turn the lights on. But if I'm not going to the gym, then I say, start my day. I don't want her to like go off right now. Yeah, I tell her to start my day. That's how I start my morning routine. And she just turns all the lights on immediately, tells me the date, tells me the weather, and then plays my morning wind up playlist. And then also, I have a Hatch alarm clock. I have the original Restore of the Restore Classic, which I really like. I use it mostly for the sunrise sunset function, and then they have like a lot of meditation exercises and different like light settings you can do for at night, which I like. But in the morning I have the sunrise come up over like 5 minutes, I think, and it's because I don't get a lot of light in my apartment early in the day. So I like it because it stimulates like a sunrise, and so the light like slowly hits my eyes, and I feel like it makes waking up less of a like get up and more of like a, oh, it's nice, the birds are chirping, like da, da, da. Actually, I think you can do that. I think you can make it so that it's like birds chirping in the morning with your sunrise, which sounds super peaceful, to be honest. Yeah, but you could do that, and I like it. So I really like my Hatch. I don't use it for the like nighttime sounds thing, but I think people like it for that as well. But yeah, it's a great gift, honestly. So if you need to get someone a gift, it is an excellent gift, and I really, really appreciate it. My parents got it for me for Christmas, so. All right, so I did vlog the first 2 weeks, I think, of waking up early, which I think is honestly the footage is kind of funny because it was really chaotic. Days 1 through 4 were honestly not the best. It is day 1 of waking up at 5:30. And honestly, I was this close to being like, it's not happening. I already know my biggest tip is to just turn the lights on. Like, whatever light you have in your room, in the rooms next to it, just turn all the lights on. And that will force you to get up. But I'm gonna have Alexa start my day, so let's do it. Also, skin, it's looking good. Yeah, I'm gonna go make some coffee and get my day started. All right, it's day 2. I'm feeling good. However, I will be completely transparent with you. It is 7:08, and this is gonna sound like it's made up, but somehow last night when I was fiddling with my hatch, I disabled the alarm. So it didn't go off at 5:30, and I got up at 7 because my phone backup alarm is still on. So I would say like another just general tip is like to make sure you have a backup alarm. Also, I don't know why Hatch would ever put a disable alarms button like on the physical machine, and in the spot it's in, it's like if you just go to like pick it up, you might touch it. So PSA, because that alarm did not go off and I did not wake up, but I did get up. Now my alarm went off at 7. In the bathroom, about to do my skincare. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better situation. But yeah, I feel good. Good morning. It is Wednesday, day 3, and honestly today doing much better. I actually woke up at 5:30, so I just went ahead and made my coffee because that I feel like I do need, and it smells really good. I feel like it's like wakes up the senses a bit, because I did throw my ID in the trash this morning. Like I was cleaning off my little like table there, and I had like a piece of garbage that I just wanted to throw away, and I had picked up my ID and I threw them both in the trash, and I was like, ooh, we need coffee expeditiously. I'm gonna watch Moya's video. She just moved to Paris, and I feel like her vlogs are calming, so I feel like they're a good like morning situation. But yeah, cheers, happy Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Overall, I do think I'm feeling good. It is only day 3, so yeah, you know, it can only go downhill from here. Actually, yesterday was pretty bad, so maybe it still can go uphill. Days 1 through 4 are definitely like, they are the challenge. They are where it's really make it or break it, in my opinion. I feel like my body was fine with it. I don't really mind waking up in the morning, but around like 11 to 1, I would get these really weird headaches that I wouldn't usually get. I don't know what that's about. I still don't really know what that's about, but it goes away after like day 5. So yeah, getting past that was interesting. I usually would just drink a coffee or like have a snack and it would be fine, but yeah, so that was unpleasant. Day 5 to like 9 are fine. I think the other thing is I didn't do it on the weekends. Like I wake up when my body just naturally wakes up, which is around like 8, and I felt like that was a good system. And then I felt the bad habits creeping in around like day 9 to 12, and you just kind of slide back into old habits, like snoozing your alarm and stuff and like not getting up. It's really easy to like slide right back into that. But I think also my tip there is like, don't let bad days get to you and like listen to your body. There were a couple of days where I was like, I simply cannot get up at 5. Like there's just no way that I'm doing it. Like I'm exhausted, I had an event tonight, I was drinking or whatever, and it like my body will literally just, it will hate me if I try and force myself up. So I would just take that day and be like, it's fine, you'll just get back in it tomorrow. And so I think listening to your body is critical, it's important. I also find like this is the time to evaluate how you feel, and like if it's not working for you, there's no shame in being like, nah, I'm a 2-hour morning routine girly, and that's fine. I just want to like do my routine quickly, get to work, come back and enjoy my evenings. Totally fine, I get it. But for some people, I feel like having that extra time in the morning is really enjoyable. Yeah, I think you know, at the end of the point was a good time for me to evaluate, like, do I need to be getting up at 5? Like, am I utilizing my time in the morning, or am I just like wasting it? And are you really wasting time if you're not being productive? Or do you need that to not burn out? Questions. We journal, we ask ourselves, we evaluate. And week 3, week 4, honestly easy. Honestly a breeze. I shifted up by 15 minutes, so I went from 5:30 to 5:15 to 5. I mean, it's really about the nighttime. I think I have stated several times now. And just making sure that I'm in bed at 10. And I have my hatch say it's time for bed at like 9:30. So I really wind myself down and really like walk it back. Typically fine, I'm usually tired enough at like 8 to naturally start my like getting ready, doing skincare and showering and all that. All right, so that's pretty much all of my tips and tricks and footage that I have for this. I would say my takeaways from this are like establishing your non-negotiables. There are certain things that I have to do every day just because like that's what's important to me. I have to do my Duolingo every day. I have to journal every day. Like I need to be drinking my water every day. I would like to get some type of movement, whether it's 10,000 steps, going on a walk, going to the gym, doing a fitness class, something like that's really important to me and is a non-negotiable. And so making time for those specifically that I know are gonna enhance, you know, my life experience at this point, those are things that have to be worked into my schedule and I kind of don't compromise on. I also think one of the easiest things to do to make like the whole shifting your bedtime and wake up time is having cues for yourself. I know, you know, around 8 my body starts getting tired. If I immediately light a candle and turn on my like wind down playlist, that I'm gonna get sleepy, and then I can like, you know, watch an episode of TV and then turn that off, maybe read a book, and then do my hatch meditation, and then by the time I'm ready to go to sleep, I am zen, I'm calm, and I go to sleep very easily. And you know, your body will adjust to that over time, and then it just becomes easier and easier to do over the days. And in the morning, you know, the cue is I wake up, immediately lights come on, body knows that it needs to start getting, like, it needs to start awakening, coming alive, you know? So yeah, cues are important, and I think figuring out where you can fit those in is going to be really useful, really helpful. You're not really going to know how you feel about things until you try them yourself and kind of fit them into your own schedule, and like what works for me may not work for everyone else, may not work for you. So I think it's really just about evaluating how you feel. I think a lot of times I get caught up in the aesthetics of things and like what sounds nice and what looks good and like how people perceive how I am. I feel like morning people always are perceived as like more productive and smarter and more business savvy and all these things, and like night owls are like the chaotic ones, and I don't necessarily think that's true. But yeah, I think listening to your body is by far the most important thing. I think, you know, you can want to establish all the routines you want and like get up early all you want, but if your body's like, actually I'd rather poke my eyes out than have you get up at 5 a.m. that is the reality of your situation, and I think you shouldn't force yourself to do things that don't feel great. But yeah, I feel like I sleep better, I feel like I have more energy, I feel like I have like more time to like cook and eat at home. So unfortunately, if you thought this video was gonna be the 5 to 9 is not worth it, unfortunately for me it is. But I really think I like having that additional time where I don't really have to do anything. I'm just like chilling. So I don't know. All right, friends, that is the end of this video. I will see you next week. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. I'll be back probably with a vlog next week, but yeah, happy Sunday. I will see you next week. Bye.